Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome in to another day on stream. We made it past the first day of the week. Yesterday was kind of trashy, but we made it through. I don't know what my mic's doing right now. I did not tell you to switch colors. I did not tell you. There we go. Look at that. It's like magic. Whoa. Anywho, welcome in. We are back. It is July 12th. Hopefully a good day ahead. I see that SPY has gapped down a little bit, but we do have a couple runners. So we got a couple gainers going this morning. Looks okay. Hopefully it follows through. Maybe get some action. Good morning, Jordan. My husband filled up his diesel truck today, so if oil's up, it's because it costs us $89 billion. Yep. I believe it. Especially for diesel. And usually diesel trucks have even bigger tanks, so it's extremely expensive. Good morning, Discipline. JD, Scott B, what's up? What's up? Good morning. Welcome in. Good to see you. Hello, Callum. How you doing? How's it going, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you around for pre-market. You working right now? Boba, what's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? How's it going? Michael, good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Let's see what we got going on. I gotta fix something real quick first. Okay, now we're good to go. Or at least I think we are. You guys taking any trades yet? 14-hour shifts. Oh my gosh. But I mean, if you're putting in the time, you're making the money. So, is what it is, I guess. AC, what is up, man? That's the earliest that you have been on. Welcome in. Good to see you, buddy. Okay, we are all good to go now. Got up early this morning. Sweet. Oh, you started yesterday's stream. Whoops. What's up, Florida Trader? Good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. So it looks like SPY did gap down this morning. It was in the most annoying range ever yesterday. So we gapped down in pre-market, as you guys saw yesterday on stream. Got to get my power rate in. Based around 384. Chop, 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 chop. And these are 5-minute candles. This was hours. Hours of chop. Finally broke out, and you're like, okay, we're good to go. We can consolidate up here, trade sideways, maybe go a little higher, get into this gap. Nope. So all the way back off 384 and under 384, ended up closing a little higher. This morning, it's gapped down again. So we gapped down, and I'm guessing they're trying to anticipate bad interest numbers tomorrow. Or not interest, inflation. I'm sorry. Inflation numbers tomorrow. So the inflation numbers are tomorrow at, I think, 8 a.m. So, yes, 8:30. So tomorrow, inflation numbers at 8:30. Those numbers are going to be huge. If for some reason the inflation looks better than expected, I think we're going to start trending. And we may trend for the rest of July into August. But if not, we might continue on down. Because under 380 now is bad news. It's real bad news. So we may even spill all the way off to test this bottom channel line, 350. Not necessarily has to, but this is the short-term trend line that we have going on to move higher. And under 380 is a bad look. It's a real bad look. You traded GOEV already? Sweet. Okay. Pull up the top gainers here. So that's HSTO. HSTO up on no news. That's our favorite. When there's absolute zero reason for it to be up, it's the best runners. And that's why it's the top gainer. Hasn't had news since an 8K on June 30th. GOEV, on the other hand, had news from Walmart to purchase 4,500 EVs to be used for the last mile deliveries in support of its growing e-commerce business. You know, it looks a little weird, but that's not too bad looking. It's like, what was that car? The Kia, the Cube car that had like the glass around the back and had the had like the hamsters dancing in it. This is like the reverse version of that. The front end is all glass. But yeah, that's not bad. TTMP play for me today, day 3. Okay. We'll pull it up. But yeah, GOEV up 73% on that Walmart news. So it's actually on the daily sitting about right here. There's going to be resistance at 450, 460 to 480 and 5. I forgot to turn up the news scanner. And trade out is. There we go. So TTMP. Did this one have anything that came out, Callum, that made it run?
Yes.
Because I remember this was a contraceptive play. Oh, yeah, right here. Yeah, we looked this up. The implant for the opioid. So, yeah, it has an inside bar right here. Sorry, my voice just cracked. It could push to 150 plus today. Absolutely. Pre-market kind of trending down, but you guys know how I talk about pre-market. Low volume trend downs in pre-market don't matter as much because you can see them just curl right back up to the top. So HSTO continuing to push higher on zero news. Whoops. Appreciate you guys being here with me this morning, hanging out. Still early. The Gremlin. So, daily wise, this is a former runner, it looks like. I think I've traded this stock in the past. But it looks like it got loaded yesterday, potentially front loaded yesterday for a pump. I don't see any news on it, and you guys can correct me if it's a Benzinga exclusive or it's a StockTitan.net website putting out a PR, if it's a text alert or something that I'm missing here. But absolutely no news. Began to get front loaded at 1, and then throughout the rest of the day, and then they started tapping it up in after hours. Wait, no, they started tapping it up in pre-market this morning at 4 a.m. So 4 a.m. they tapped it from 3 to 350, 445 they tapped it up to 450, and then after 7 they sent it up to 6. So I don't see anything on this. Do they have an upcoming catalyst? I don't know. And speaking of that, let me show you guys a cool website. I haven't used it in a while just because the way the market is. but it's called Biofarm Catalyst, and it shows you all of the biotech stocks and what they have in the pipeline and what's coming, upcoming for them. So you can go to the Catalyst calendar and go to FDA calendar, and it will show you all the companies. Will you stop trying to make me upgrade? I'm trying to show off your website for free, okay? But it shows all the companies and when they have news due. So this is a very, very helpful website if you guys are into bios or maybe trading catalysts, trading run-ups. And it used to be more advantageous than it is now because the market we're in. But this is a good website, and it's Biofarm Catalyst. I'm going to put it in the chat.
CTXR.
So you can go on there. KSPN yesterday was a big runner on no news, Callum. But this shows you, and it shows you an order of events. So the closest date is July 12th, which is today. The PDUFA is due on BG&E. Same thing as ATRA. So you can go down and look. You can sort it by price. So you can go look at cheap ones. Like ZYNE is $1.15. They have phase 3 data due on July 15th. Long-term data to be presented July 15th. So this is a great free website to use. No, they're not paying me to say this. It's just a helpful website to pull up, especially if you like bios or looking for bio catalysts. It shows you basically everything in the pipeline for all of these companies. Man, I don't remember them having a pro before. But they're trying to paywall now, it looks like. It is what it is, but so they only give you some. I didn't used to have this, bullish or bearish, and it didn't used to have a cutoff level, but still there's a few things, and you can search it by ticker too. So what ticker was this running? HSTO. Okay, they may be a drug manufacturer, I'm not sure. But anywho, you could search a ticker and it will show you all the drugs that they have. Have they always had a paid version? Really? So I don't remember it ever giving me a paywall when I was trying to scroll down. Boba. Good morning, Bianca. Yeah, this is a cool website. This is a really cool website. But I don't know. I don't remember it ever having a paywall. But you can go to the earnings calendar, the IPO calendar. There's a lot of good stuff on here that is for free. Okay, you guys have been paying for it. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? But anywho, that's Biofarm Catalyst. There's one called Biofarm IQ as well. Biofarm IQ. Cool. Sweet. My two resident biotech people chiming in. So HSTO, GOEV. What was the one that ran yesterday? PLRX. Was that what it was? Oh my gosh. PLRX. So that one's still hanging around. Oh my gosh. I thought it sold off at the end of the day. So this thing, we were watching it in Premarket yesterday. Pretty much straight up on the 5-minute in Premarket. It had this candle, which I didn't like, which I guess ended up trapping them in the long run. But out the gate, literally went straight up, never had a dip, and then halted up, went all the way to $21, and then came down. And it was forming in 2022 a very bearish pattern, looked like a big fail. And it had its big push and fail, and that's when you think, okay, It's finally done. Goes under VWAP, hammers up at 18, and they box it right up. So I actually had an end of day run and then ran into after hours all the way up to $24. And this was that news yesterday that didn't seem fantastic, but it got the market reaction of being fantastic. So that's the key. It doesn't really matter if the news is fantastic. It just needs the market reaction that it's fantastic. WTRH either faking us out or starting another push. Yeah, I was looking at that one yesterday. It's actually right here. So it had pushed and it was back on the 200 on the 5, but I didn't have any patience for it. And it looks like it ramped, from 1 to 2 p.m. But it is starting to tick up a little bit. Look how thin this level 2 looks in pre-market. My goodness. You're slapping a, let's say, 3-cent spread because the bid's only 2,200 at 39. So your bid's here 57, and your only ask is 8K. So it's a very risky thin one in pre-market, at least. It was much thicker during the day.
BCS.
I tweeted about this morning, but did you guys see this? This is a picture that came from that new, I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's basically a space camera. And it took this photo, and it's the first time we've seen a photo like this in mankind, basically. And everything it doesn't have a star that looks like a star, is a galaxy. Not a planet, but a galaxy. So several stars, several planets inside each individual dot here. So that's fantastic. There's absolutely no way in my mind that there isn't life somewhere of some kind out there. Whether it's, algae-ish type stuff on another planet, whether it's super advanced flying saucer stuff. There's got to be something. Yeah, what up with Endo? There are more stars than there are grains of sand on Earth. Absolutely, and that's the ones we can see. That's the ones that light has made it to us since the beginning of time. There are some that, in theory, have not even reached us and may never reach us because the universe is constantly expanding. That had news at 8 a.m. Yeah, Endo. Let's see. I must have missed that during the intro.
HSTO.
Actually, I don't see it. What the heck?
BLCN.
Add natural gas. So I know when you guys are asking me about my news source and what it is good and it is fast, but it misses things unless I add it in. So let's see if that puts Endo in there. Yeah, it's ripping. There it is. Yep. I had to add the keyword natural gas to get it to pop up. But there's the news. Indonesian Energy discovers potential natural gas reservoir during current drilling. So this is where you put Endo down here, and you pull up HUSA here and see if it's moved yet. And it hasn't yet. The only thing about this is that it's talking about natural gas, and I'm not sure if HUSA does natural gas, but this is, exact sympathies to each other, and has been for a long time. Yeah, Indo is very sold off because oil, I mean, everybody got tired of it, but oil ended up making its top. It's down to 74.93 on USO. Sorry, yeah, I see your comment. I'm sorry. There was a couple things in between and I got lost. Have I been shorting? Sometimes I'll short large caps, Callum. So I'll short like Apple, Nvidia, things like that. I try to a little bit on smaller caps, but I have to get those approved. Sorry, I've missed the chat a little bit here. I do love space, absolutely. Space is fantastic discipline. Yeah, sorry about that, Cal. I see your comment. I missed it a little bit in the mix of everybody saying something. There are more galaxies and solar systems out there than we can count. There's got to be more Earth-like planets. Yeah, and I think there's a number of potential habitable planets. I don't know exactly what it is, but it has to be within the sun, their stars, habitable zone, XYZ, but there's got to be something. Even if it's single cell organisms out there. And then everybody's like, well, why haven't we seen them? Why haven't they contacted us? What if, for some crazy reason, and this would be insane, but what if we are the smartest, most advanced civilization in the universe? I mean, that's just something to consider. But if we are, then it's us that will be finding them, you know. And to think humans are the most advanced civilization in the universe is a stretch, but that may be one key point to why we haven't seen contact. Maybe they are at the same level we're at, even if we're on the even playing field. We can't get there, they can't get here, etc. Yeah, I know, Lance, that's a very, very long shot. I don't believe that personally, but that is one rebuttal to the why haven't they contacted us, why haven't we seen them, etc. Even if they're on the same playing field as us or under, then they haven't contacted us because we haven't contacted them. We're not there yet. So be careful on Indo if you're long. This one always tends to fall off after pops. Yeah, especially. Yep. Indo does give its gains up after big pops usually. So it went 40% in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. So it took 6 candles to go 40%. And it didn't really get the pump till 8:18. It got the news at 8. Ticked around a little bit. Nothing. And then somebody just sent it. Not missing anything else for now. We got 8:30 news in about 3 minutes, a little over 3 minutes. Hey Gerard, good morning. Good morning. Welcome in. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. USAU announces drilling results from the CK Gold project. Positive results for gold for USAU. Yeah, Indo's just trying to go, huh? I mean, it is very sold off on the daily. Very, very sold off. But we're already up to here. And there's got to be tons of bag holders because it's just been kind of a slow death from 80 down. But it's pushing. It's pushing. That is another point, Lance. That is another point. Also, universe has been around for billions of years or whatever. They could have been life billions of years ago. That died out, hadn't developed. Yeah, I know. It's insane to think about. It is insane to think about. You know, PLRX squeezed $4 shot trials because they dropped an offering. So stupid, I guess you know it. Yeah, I know. Offerings are bullish. Bullish is bearish. Bearish is bullish. XYZ, Callum. Where they have contacted us, if you look at the technology advancements, it's pretty steady until about 1950s, and it skyrocketed. True. Very true. And for some reason, out of nowhere, we just wanted to go to space all of a sudden, you know? You might be onto something. Yeah, I figured you weren't talking about Sissy. AC. Yeah, 850 just broke through on Endo, Bianca.
Husa.
There's the Husa push. So I guess you could have just slapped it and waited. I didn't do it because this was more of a different type sector. This was the natural gas instead of crude oil. So I didn't try Husa. I don't remember higher. For some reason, I feel like I should remember higher, but I don't remember it. Callum. I do remember Pets, though. It was Pets last summer. How, you know, they offered, dropped down $2, and then got hammered all the way up and ran to $5 for some reason. That was a crazy one. IMPP hitting as well. So the Oilers are hitting. I should have just jumped on Husa, I guess. All right, here's 8:30 news popping. UAVS, a little bit of a fluff PR. Nothing that I see fantastic at 8:30. Yeah, I could have gotten 25 cents there on Husa, just slapping in small. Hey, Snacks, what's up? Good morning. Welcome in, buddy. Good to see you.
Meds.
That was the meds news right there. Secures preferred distribution agreement with Galt Therapeutics. That's why that's hitting the scanner.
NUWE.
So Endo's starting to pull back just a fuzz here.
VLCN. HSTO. BS.
HSTO finally pulling back. Kind of falling off a little bit. Things with real news are actually running now, so.
TH. UMC.
GOAV trying to fail 410 right now. Low volume. Volume's pretty much died off on that. Indo, normally, first touch of the 9 EMA on the 1 is a buy or an entry. But also, in 2022, first pullback is the tippity top. So we'll see which one is actually correct in this circumstance. First pullback being the end, or normal market, 9 on the 1 touch, first one since the breakout is a bounce. Yeah, so GOEV down to 407, 406. Appreciate you guys hanging out with me this morning. Thanks for the likes, the comments. Just lurking. Have about a few things running this morning. Nothing crazy, but we got a few things running. What did you short overnight? AMC. No. What is it? Fund announces Twitter integration for smart advocacy solution. Yeah, I saw that one. Didn't sound like huge news to me, but you know how that is lately. What's up, Jesus? Good morning. Good morning. BLCN. Okay. Not bad. It's trending down. That's for sure. Yeah, it looks good. Down 6% today. So, Indo trying to do... First pullback is the top.
BRPM.
GOEV, I would watch for a dip to maybe VWAP and the 20. Top watch, Indo and GOEV right now. Indo had news, GOEV had news. And then PLRX from yesterday is still kind of hanging around. So Indo, yep, going lower. First pullback's the end.
AMP.
Not really. It might pull back to the 5-minute chart. But hanging out on VWAP right now.
LEDs.
I'd try a position at 8 if it flushed to that real quick.
ITHX. OB.
But it would need to be a quick one. Just wipe the bids out to 8. Sorry if that came across really loud. My thumb really needed to be popped. Thing I've noticed with moves like VLCN, though, is they come down and open, but then trend all the way back up. Yeah, you are correct. That happens a lot. You know, they runner from yesterday will trend down into open, make it look weak, which we've talked about before. Make it look like, okay, this has failed. Make the shorts dive in, and then they'll just grind it. Like the algos will turn on, and it'll just grind its way all the way back up. GOEV may be close to an entry here. I'm watching it. Coming down to the VWAP level. and the 20 on the 5. I think this will be one where I wait till, I start to see the pushback up rather than just try to time it, because it could come down to here and just fall right through. And I've seen people call that, trading on the right side of V, come down to the V and then trading it on this side of the V instead of trying to guess the bottom on this side of the V. Indo at a weekly level, 810, 820, also 20 on the dot. 20 on the 1. Yep, sitting right on the 20 on the 1 right here. But it's funny, we were talking about it, first pullback was the top as of now. Is it going to be the top of the day? I don't know, but first pullback was the top for now.
ETWO.
So PLRX trying to pop up just a little bit right here.
VS. ASX.
So GOEV trying to hold that 20 on the 5 and VWAP level. Indo maybe off the 20 on the 1.
GGR.
As you guys see, shoulder, head, second shoulder or breakout. So we might be forming a head and shoulder here on the 1 minute at least. And on the shorter the time frame, the less important it is. So if a head and shoulders on the 1, it's not a big a deal. It's a 5, which is not a big a deal. It's like the 30 minute. VS worth eyeing for a little pop. What is that? Thought that was Victoria's Secret. So Victoria's Secret is what Lance likes to trade. What's this up on? Looks like it got taps yesterday after hours. 4 a.m. this morning. VS. No news. No news is the best news in 2022, baby. In my opinion, no bigger picture is a no man's land. As I short, I want to pop to 10 for me. Yeah. I can see that. It's kind of floating in between. So that was an entry trigger right there, but it didn't follow through. It started to break down, hammer back up, was getting ready to test highs right here, 823. Didn't work. So this is the make or break 1 minute candle, I think. Either it closes at 8:25 or it closes at 8. Got about 40 seconds left to see. If it trades right here, I don't know what it's going to do. Interesting.
AMP.
I think it would be scary a little bit to find a space, and I would like to do it in the way of like those near space where you're just kind of on a plane and you're going, you know, slowly into it. I don't think I would like to be on a rocket. Let's see if this follows through. I'm trying super small here. So it needs to go up to like 840 right now. I would like to see space, absolutely. Would I like to ride a rocket? No. Come on, Indo. Surely you can do more than that. The 1 minute's set up to pop, but will it is the question. Hey, JD, what's up? Good morning, good morning. Welcome in. How you doing? I'm in a tiny trade of Indo here off a logical spot, which is really scary for 2022 standards. You got to take it at the most illogical spot.
SMFL.
So up through 820 and 822, looks like it's going to go back to 840. Under 810, it's going to go under 8, in my opinion. So here's 820. Needs through 822.
VS.
Okay, I'm cutting it. Took my quick loss there. Yeah, it needs to reclaim VWAP, but it's got selling pressure for some reason. You know, that first tap was the top. Right here, first pullback was the top. And you hate to see it. You really do. You really hate to see it, but 2022, baby. This is our lives now. GOEV, perfect bounce off the 20 on the 5 and VWAP. Completely missed it. Damn. I was paying attention to Indo. You talking about the ladder trading? Yeah, and I did a short video on the ladder trading, kind of explaining how it works on the channel. But it's pretty cool. It's really fast. I've never liked hotkeys because it's not as exact. Like for a hotkey, you got to do like either market or like 5 cents above. Like I can't just say like 815 really quick. What are you going to do, Indo? 12K better right there. I'm going to try one more time. Yeah, Indo's holding right now. It needs to push, though. I don't want to sit around and hold it and hope.
SKYX.
It can't even clear 816. The volume's got to come in, I think, on this 1 minute candle, or it's screwed. Nope. I'm not trusting it. And they bring the bidder in right after it hits the 810, and I get out. See, I hate when stocks trade like this. It's so bad, the action. Volume just completely dies off, and you just gotta buy, hold, hope, pray that somebody's gonna come in and save you. Can't stand it. GOEV had a solid bounce. I wish I'd have just been trading that instead of Indo.
Saito.
CYTO just had news. There it is. Indo bouncing. Of course. So randomly the volume came back in to INDO pushed right here. You know, it should have went, in my opinion, here, here, and here, but it didn't. But if you held through that, that's great. Yeah, as soon as I get out, that's basically how it is, because in the past, over the 2016, 2017, 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, things would fail follow through at the levels that I'm getting out. And they would break out at the levels I'm getting in. And that just completely has stopped happening. 6 years of straight experience of things happening one way, and then they just completely change this year. And honestly, it was the end of last year, but and it's like, I'll give an example, which is, it's not a perfect example, and don't take this as me saying I'm a doctor, but let's say you go to medical school, you study the body for your whole life, what feels like your whole life, but it's for 6 years. You go to medical school or whatever. You're trained. You're an official doctor. And then once you're an official doctor, they decide to change the human body on you. They decide, okay, the human body's not cool. Let's switch it to something else now. Let's switch it to a completely different subject than it was for the past 6 years. And that's how I feel about the market right now. I feel like I went to school, the market school, for 6 straight years, and then they decided to change it on me last year and this year. Mystery guest. Who is that? I do not know who this is. You are very correct. Are you out of here, Cal? All right, see you, buddy. Am I missing some kind of inside joke that you guys have?
SKYX.
I hear that. Yo, what's up, Bentley? How's it going? Welcome in. Good morning. So we got about 6 minutes. Market is still crap. Yep, you just missed my rant about a doctor, comparing a doctor to somebody that's been trading for a long time. Hey, appreciate it, Christopher. I found a nice playlist called Stream Beats, and I play it through Apple Music. I tried for weeks to try to find something good, and this one's called Stream Beats, and I like it a lot. So it's, I'll show you right here. This is it right here. And it's got a ton of songs. So I just leave it on, let it roll through. But it's exactly the type of music that I want to play. And I finally found one that doesn't have ads or it's not copyright music at all, which is fantastic. Any other inside bars? SRG. Forgot about SRG. Yeah, that's a nice inside bar. With resistance above. Oh my god, the dogs are going nuts. Hold on one second.
AKAN. ETWO. HSTO.
Okay. Yeah, Christopher, no problem. Bentley. Yeah, I don't know any other inside bars right off the top of my head besides TTMP, I think Callum mentioned. I've yet to see a breakover VWAP continues. It shows strength and volume just dissipates. Yep, that's 2022 for you.
VEDU.
Yeah, look at that. 144 is key there on TTMP. Indo with the beautiful follow through. Fantastic. And it came to fruition 2 different things. A little bit of a head and shoulder action that broke down. And also the first pullback, like I mentioned, that looked like a decent risk reward entry was the top. So that was a 2-for-1 deal right there.
MTC.
It was time. Yeah, that's great. So Indo straight up. 1 red candle in here. Straight up. First good looking risk reward pullback. 10-cent pop, fail. VWAP, 3-cent pop, fail. 20 EMA, 20-cent pop, fail. So, it is what it is. The 2022 chart. HSTO, some interesting lower wicks here. What else we got? What am I missing? HSTO, it's got 510 to get through, but over 510, it's got 515 to get through. Okay, here is 9 a.m. news.
Bot.
BHAT has an offering. Agri, Fluff PR.
DGLY.
DGLY, notable contract for body-worn cameras. They didn't put the dollar amount in the PR, which is a bad sign. It's a red flag. Nothing at 9 a.m. either. So under normal circumstances, this looks like a decent buy through 510, but I don't really trust it.
Bot.
No.
Bot. 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 Bot.
That is not happening right now.
Bot.
Oh, there's fine print. The offering is at $360 per share.
PZG.
Interesting, interesting, interesting.
Re.
Too thin. Yeah, BHAT, 1 million shares at 360. So that's actually not terrible. Are people going to chase this thinking, yep, look how delayed that was. Oh my gosh.
Bot. 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 Bot.
Well, we were on the right track. I just wasn't slap happy on it. It had news, had an offering, which made me look over it. I heard it hit the scanner, so I was like, are we really going to do this again? Is it really going to run on offering? But it's a tiny offering. Sorry, at $360 per share. And the price was at $299, $250, whatever. So that's one way to do an offering. Do an offering $1 over the closing price.
Bot.
But normally, it doesn't make it to that offering price, normally. But we are in the upside down right now, so. Guess I should have just slapped. Let's see if this actually goes through 360. I'll be surprised.
Bot.
If it does, that's big, big. Okay, went to 358, 362. Okay. Okay. Well, I wish Callum was still here. This is what we were just talking about. Huge run on an offering, but it did offer small, and it did offer at a high premium. So,
Seal.
and they just slapped it straight up. Man, I wish I'd have pulled that up earlier. If they'd have put it in the headline and said BHAT offers at 360 per share in the headline, then that would have made a little bit more sense to pull it up. But when I see registered direct offering, I'm not going to pull that up to look for a run. SKYT just had news, but it has got a dollar spread, over a dollar spread.
Bot.
It would be fitting for BHAT to be the runner of the day with an offering news. It would be very fitting. Yes, direct offering does, well, actually, hold on. So, let me read it again before I say this.
GGR.
That is a good question that I've never really specifically thought about. There is more shares out there, which will dilute the company's value, I guess you could say. Is it diluting the float specifically? No, because it's not adding to the float. It's adding to an investor's, I guess,
PBR.
whatever they're holding of the company. Yes, it is diluting the company, though, because there are more shares out there in total, so that price makes it worth less, if that makes sense. So if they had 10 million shares, now they have 11 million shares at $3, the company overall is worth less, if that makes any sense. I tried to dumb it down the most I could. So it's a direct offering, yes, is better than a public offering. At the market, so it's usually the worst one is like a public offering. What's it called? Like under the market. I can't remember how they word that. At a discount. It says at a discount, I think. The next best one will be a direct offering at market. So sometimes they'll do at market, which would have been at $2.50, $3. And then this one is honestly the best type because it's a direct offering at a premium. So it's a direct offering of shares, small shares too, so that's not bad. If you see 1 million, that's really not bad at all for a stock. And it did it $1 over their closing price. So out of all the offerings that can happen, this is honestly best case scenario for an offering. fallen snipes, if that answers your question. But yeah, when it's a public offering, it kind of flows out into the float. But direct offering is going to an institution, so it doesn't flow to the float, but it does dilute the whole company as a whole. Yeah, it's ran before, JD. Recently, actually. I think it's had a reverse split somewhere in here too.
Veil.
I don't remember it running to $21.
CZOL.
So Indo, this was the tippity top for now.
GGB.
Callum was right. It gives up its gains, and it gave up almost half already. This thing's flagging right at the 360 level. So yes, it did break over, but not very strong. Gerard GOEB trying to break out. Yep.
Go blue.
Man,
ONVO.
I hope one of y'all caught that. I was too busy screwing with Indo. We were talking about, hey, this is going to come down to the 20 in VWAP. This could be a good entry point, and it was a killer entry point. Went to it just barely, 393, and then popped up to 417, 418, like the next 5-minute candle.
VS.
What do I think of SPY and AMD? So SPY, we were actually talking about it earlier, but this is a big week for SPY. The interest, why do I keep saying interest? The inflation numbers come out tomorrow. So if those are really bad,
GOEV.
I think we're gonna, test 380, go below here. But if they are some kind of hope to them, if they look a little bit better than expected, I think we can maybe test the top of this. And we've had this falling channel on SPY drawn. It's a trend line from the beginning of the year, January, all the way down through. So we're in a channel. And a channel, the bad thing about a channel, it doesn't get any tighter. So it's going to keep having this massive range until we finally break out of it one way or the other. So the test of the upper would be 395-ish if the CPI numbers are good tomorrow. And then below, we fall below this short-term uptrend, maybe test 370, 375 again, 360. It may pull this move again. And this was up to the CPI numbers last time, I do believe. So we traded around a little bit. The day before, we sold off in anticipation. The next day, it came out it was bad. And then the next day, we sold off again. So we have big gap downs on that. So we could see that again if it's bad. If it is good, I think it could lead to, a little run. Not saying we're going to go back to 480, but it could run through this channel, maybe get up to in the 400s a little bit, because all the market really looks for is a sign of hope, potential hope. Not really that we're in great news. Like even back in COVID, I don't know why it's not going back any further, but back in COVID, we had a little bit of hope down here, and it was back in March that the world was not ending, and that's all that SPY needed to start grinding its way back up. Like, no, this is not a zombie event. This is not a flesh-eating virus. This is not going to wipe out the whole population. We have a little bit of hope. Yes, things are shut down. The economy is slowing, et cetera, but it just needed a little bit of hope to start trending back up. And this is a weekly candle, so it took a long time, but it did start trending back up. And SPY overall is always created to go higher. So yes, we'll get pullbacks, we get sell-offs, we get bear markets, but eventually, unless, we have nuclear holocaust and the end of the world happens, SPY will go higher. We will see over 480. But how long will that take? Will that be, mid-2023, 2024? After the next presidential election, we make a new high. I don't know how long it's going to take. But eventually, it will go higher. Maybe it'll go lower first. But the way I see it right now, if you're a long-term person, and this is not financial advice, you guys know that. I say it 100 times. But it's 100 points off the high. You don't need to catch the bottom if you're trying to get your long-terms in. You don't need to catch the bottom. You don't need to scalp your long-terms. This is way, way off the highs. So if you look at it that way, I mean, this is a buying opportunity regardless of whether or not this is the tippity bottom, you know. And I'm talking long-term stuff, not swinging for a couple weeks, not buying options. I'm talking about you're building your retirement portfolio. This is dip buys. Just like this was dip buys. Just like this was dip buys. If you remember, we sold off in 2018 from 293 to 233. It survived. COVID, huge sell-off. It survived. 2008, end of the world financial crisis, you know? Like the banks were failing out. We survived, and it went back to highs. Yes, it had several bad months and lost a lot of value. It was a different scenario, but lost a lot of value. But it survived, and it pushed back to highs. Eventually, as long as the United States is running, as long as things are moving in the U.S., the market will eventually go higher. It's all just a time game.
GOEV.
And it's starting to look like more volatility as we go higher, which it is, but the candles are bigger because the higher we go, the more it takes to get a percent is. Like 1% on $70, what is that? 70 cents or something ish. So up 1% at $70 is 70 cents. But up 1% at 450, what is that? $4.50 move. So that's why the candles get bigger, and it looks like, oh, we've extended huge here. We have. We were on a big ramp, absolutely. Things were overbought, absolutely. But the reason it looks like, okay, we're in tight little ranges here, but it starts to open up is because the percentage changes as we get higher and higher. This may be, I mean, it was a huge weekly candle, but the percentage here and the percentage, say, here may be similar. Like this was a 10% daily move from 102 to 110. Or monthly move, I'm sorry, monthly move. And this monthly move was from 425 to 459. So that was actually, this candle is smaller percentage-wise than the one I just showed you. So that's just, I don't know why I got off on this rant. I have no idea. No clue why I got off on this rant, but that's my thought process on SPY, the overall market. And you asked about AMD too. AMD, I like the chips. I mean, I think that they are the future. I don't see any way we're going to make new electronics without chips. So AMC, NVIDIA, I personally think that that's the future unless there's some other company that comes out and just creates a better chip. You want to talk about aliens again, Lance? Yeah, I don't know why I got off on that tangent, guys. My bad. Anywho, since we're off on a tangent, and I'm going to back out of this just in case you guys want to spoil it. This is our daily thing now. What we got for Wordle. And we got to always start with stock. All right. Let's do train. Okay. So T's not there or there. Let's try N. No.
Seal. PBR.
Okay.
SNM.
So the N's not here or here. So
AKAN.
no. So the I is not here or here or here, so it has to be here or here. N-I-G-H-T. Nope. Just like that. Just like that. That's how you wordle the wordle. Simple enough. Better than Madam from yesterday. My God.
CRK.
Where did my mouse go? Oh my God. Let's see. That was fun. Lance, I think Callum left. Aliens that eat candy. You got it. Sour Patch Kids and gummy worms. So, did I already X off of that? Yeah, so if it's yellow in the boxes, that means that the letter's in the word, but it's in a different spot. If it's green, that means you got the letter correct. And if it's gray, that letter's not in the word at all. On Wordle. Yeah, Madam yesterday hit me with 2 double letters. But we still managed to get it somehow.
BOXD.
Boxed. Man, I don't know what we're going to trade today.
BS.
Endo looks bad. PLRX looks okay, but it's going to be super thin and volatile.
HSTO.
EVFM starting to lose its momentum. You know, daily volume is going lower and lower and lower. Where did Mullen end up at? Almost back to even yesterday. Wow. So Mullen didn't really even have one bounce yesterday at all. Yeah, I love this music. This playlist is great. Veru probably on watch again. Yesterday, that one trended up for a while. Held the 9 on the 5. Looked like it was donezo. And then at 12:20, it started getting algo buys. And it just melted straight up. No red candles. Not even touching. No pullbacks. Each candle was higher than the last one. Just straight up. And they sent it all the way to 1550. I forgot about CLBS. The daily looks okay on that. Interesting. Over 255? That's an inside bar. It's not perfect. It's not a T2, but it's an inside bar. For a potential move here through 285. 285.3. Still in play. Absolutely. Oh my God, my nose is itching so bad. What else we got? Let's look for some more setups into open here.
LJPC.
No. Veru, of course, is still in play, like always. CLVS. LXRX daily starting to look bad. Siga failed the 52-week high break. Looked like it was going to go to 52-week high yesterday or 2 days ago. Big red candle. GROV looks out of play now. INN, yeah, it keeps getting PRs too. They keep trying to send it. What does like the hourly look like on that? Looks okay. I mean, it's holding clearly the 2 level, but it's struggling up here. Like it cannot hold an hourly candle over 230. Indo looks like trash. PLRX looks okay. Lance's Victoria's Secret is up on nothing. CYTO had news earlier. I'm sure the big runner is going to come out of nowhere and have absolutely no news at all. All right, I'm going to go feed the dogs. There's about 5 minutes, 6 minutes left till open. I'll be back in just a few minutes.
ABEV. Watt. ADMP. RE, HIMX, CDEV, FRSH, STEM. AAL. GLSI. KULR. Gatto. Vino. IINN. VS. OB. GOEV. WTI. AVDL. BRPM. AYRO. MUX. SIDU. VLCN. ENSV. FNGU. WTER. AYRO. Sell. Open. USEA. FULC. GLSI. SJ, PBR, SWN, CRK, CPG, AN, WART, JAGS, MTC, ITHS, HIVS, HIMX.
I'm here. Okay. Oops. All right, Indo pushing down.
AKAN.
SPY pushing up.
GSMG bot. Med, HLF, INMD, HSTO,
Just watching the overall market right now.
AKAN.
Market pushed out the gate, so I wouldn't be surprised if it gets shorted back down here.
FWBI, HSTO, TH,
Could run though. It's trying to hold up.
HIMX, GLSI, MINM, AXTI, CLEU,
GLSI, why? Straight up. FDA has removed clinical hold. Came out this morning.
MYNZ, HIMX,
Straight up. PLRX trying to sell off a little bit. Indo completely going back home.
GLSI, ANNX, THWWW, FW.
Yeah, I'm not hopping straight into anything this morning. See what Apple's doing.
GOEV.
You guys long SPY right now? It is ripping. Yeah, GLSI halted up, so it's trying to be today's PLRX.
HSTO.
Oh, you're an FWBI? GOEV, man, that entry this morning in pre-market would have been nuts on the 20. It's coming up on $5 resistance now. That would have been absolutely nuts.
TH.
I was too busy trying to trade this turd, Indo.
Frequency. New. Tossed.
Yeah, FWBI is up 15.4%. You held it through. That's good, Broda.
WBI.
Nice.
AZ.
You held your SPY through open. Or your ES, I guess.
HSTO.
Yeah, FWBI is getting a little bit of a push right now. It's at 25 cents, 25.5. Probably the usual suspects again.
SCPH. BNKD. KULR.
If SPY makes a new high here, which it just did, it might be a trend day up. Unless they completely smack it off 385. Because usually it has that first big green candle, and then it will wick off of that and be done for the day. But it actually had a second candle, which is moving even higher.
AZ. CNFRL. Meds.
Yeah, everything large cap wise, mid cap wise is rolling right now. AMC up 3%, GameStop up 2.5%, Bed Bath & Beyond up 2.5%.
AIO. MHLD. SRTS.
Yeah, it's looking decent today, and I'm glad it's not even trying to show a range right now. It may pull it later, but
WPRT.
it's looking decent.
UMC.
Yeah, still ramping right now. So this is opposite of the day before the CPI numbers last time when it fell off hard.
APM.
Is this a sign of things to come like last time? We will see. Indo, my goodness. Just straight death. Bag holders anonymous, I guess. That'll do it. Watching PLRX around 22 here. GLSI. It's still halted up, I think. Yep, still halted up at $12.
HSTO. MINM. CAMT.
Yeah, everything is straight up at the gate.
FDUS.
AMC almost up $1 at the gate.
FWBI.
Yeah, keep going up for real. Okay, PLRX starting to pull back now.
GTBP.
Yeah, SPY options would have been great overnight. This morning you would have had to just slap in as soon as it opened. It never dipped 1 cent. Just straight up today.
COSM.
HSTO falling off a cliff here. COSM pushing a little. I don't see anything I like to hop into right now, though. Victoria's Secret falling. And it's not actually Victoria's Secret. I just keep saying that.
QIPT. BFAC. HSTO. CCO. KSPN. APM. ITRN. SMHMHI. QTT. KTPRA.
GOEV pushing on some nice volume off the 9 on the 5, or 9 on the 1, I mean. 493. Should have caught that dip. I missed it by just a couple seconds. The 9 on the 1 on GOEV. So 495. Test on GOEV. Up 107% right now.
FWBI. HSTO.
Yeah, I had news this morning. Bianca and GOEV did.
GOEV.
There's the 5 touch. Okay, SPY a little wick off of 386.
RYTM.
Makes this daily look a lot better now. Still hanging within this pattern. Of course, it could sell off, but it could ramp all day long too. So big reject on GOEV off of 5, now 47, 48.
MYNZ. DBGI. FWBI. GDXD. FWBI. HSTO.
What were we talking about? That was a inside bar today. I can't remember. Let's scroll up. CLVS looking bearish.
HNGR.
SRG, I think. Yeah, SRG. Yep. Yeah, it's pushing up towards 11 right now. Still don't see anything I love to take for setup right now. Everything's kind of straight up, no risk reward type setups right now.
ASBF. HSTO.
I don't know what TH is.
THWWW.
GLSI still halted up. Looks like a 10-minute halt, I guess. Opens 9:44:05.
DBGI. APM. TH. ORMP.
Yeah, SPY trying to pull back a little bit now.
Frey Plus.
I really would not like it to see to give back all those gains that it just had at open. If it ends this candle at lows, that'd be terrible.
HSTO.
HGen, yeah, HGen's running 318 now.
New.
Coming up on 325's the wick from the other day, and then 364 is the 200.
GLSI.
GLSI open. Open way up. So $14 now.
FCT Plus. HSTO.
Yeah, everything is kind of waiting to see if SPY's going to give up all its gains or if it's going to find a bottom and bounce. Okay, pushing a little higher there.
AESE. PCTI.
And then wicking again.
Shui.
Yeah, it's starting to sell off a little bit now. Needs to hold 385, I think. Yeah, I really don't like any setup so far today, guys.
SRZNW.
Weakness in Tesla, Microsoft.
COSM. HSTO.
Yeah, I'm just sitting on my hands right now. SPY straight up, straight down now. Not looking too good. It's not what you want to see.
SCO.
It could bounce here, but yeah, there's a nice little hammer there on SPY. If this candle goes green, that would be very strong for it overall. Yeah, there it goes. It went green. Okay. Not bad, not bad. I'm actually watching Peloton down here. It's at 9:14, 9:13. Got a little action this morning. Daily is like insanely, insanely low, so. COSM, okay.
HSTO.
Okay, SPY trying to give it up again. So it's going to take a couple minutes, I think, to settle and figure out if today is going to be, you know, a range day, a trend day, etc. But it's trying to hold 385 right now in the 5-minute. There's a push back up. So you said weakness was in Tesla and Microsoft. Okay. Yeah, why is Microsoft just off a cliff today? A lot of selling pressure on Microsoft. Yeah, Microsoft intraday lows now. Big selling pressure, Microsoft.
HSTO.
Not entirely sure why. Tesla's the same way. Apple on a pullback, but it's not weak like Tesla and Microsoft is. And then Nvidia. Yeah, it's weaker overall too. Everything's pulling back. So they gave 10 minutes of green action on SPY today. That's all we get. 10 minutes. Now it's given up almost all of its gains from open. This may be the bounce point, VWAP on SPY, but everything looking weak. Huge slides on Nvidia, Apple, Microsoft, Tesla. I'm still sitting on my hands, guys. I do not like anything right now. ORMP. Straight up.
HSTO.
Yeah, I guess, 10 minutes is better than no minutes, Bianca. You're right.
HSTO.
GOEV sitting on VWAP. Okay, Nvidia a little bounce. That probably means SPY a little bounce. Yeah, I'd really want SPY to hold this 384.30 level. The close of that first green candle.
HSTO.
What's the strongest thing we got this morning? Apple. Yeah, Apple under VWAP. Flirting with it, though.
KSPN. ORMP.
There is some action this morning. I'm just not a fan of any of it yet. That may be the way I trade, but I feel like it's less risk that way when there's no setups. Everything kind of went straight up, and that was it. Okay, Apple bounced a little bit there. Yeah, I forgot about SRG. It's over 11. Slow and steady. Watching these last 2.5 minutes on this candle of GOEV. It's trying to hold VWAP, but it's failing it right now. Indo, complete letdown, small cap wise. Straight up, straight down. KSPN from yesterday on the scanner now. Straight up. They're trying to halt it.
YGMC. ORMP. TMHC.
Okay, GOEV flush. I didn't see anything on ORMP besides they're supposed to present at the upcoming annual growth conference, which is not a big deal on 99.9% of stocks, but this one is getting Big moves. It's actually been running for a few days now. So today, I didn't even notice that daily. So today through $9 was the money shot on ORMP.
Indo.
Completely missed that.
COSM. YGMC.
A lot of selling pressure on GOEV here. Watching the 420 range. Yeah, Indo, my God, Callum. Got wrecked.
TMHC.
GOV, little bit of a bounce there. Not much. This is what I was looking at on GOEV. I took a quick scalp on it. Didn't like the action. But this horizontal line, I was looking to become support on GOEV 420 level right here. Resistance, 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 breakthrough. Yeah, Indo used to be strong. Now it's just a pop and drop, man. Just a pop and drop.
HSTO.
SPY holding the level for now. It actually has had two bottoms right on the level I was talking about, 384.3.
HSTO. JZXN. THWWW.
So this is an interesting level. We'll see what happens though. I'll watch the right side of V, see if it starts to push this way over.
KSPN.
Just pulling back to it and through it. Okay, SPY looking a little bit more bullish now here. Even though stocks are overall pretty weak right now. Nvidia looks very weak. Apple looks about the same as the SPY chart. Microsoft, still death. Absolute death. Microsoft down 2%. And I'm guessing Tesla's the same way. Yep, Tesla trying to go low of day as well. So some split action today on the overall market. Yeah, a little bit of tech weakness today.
UMDD.
So guys, we got about a minute and a half left. GOEV, watch for it to hold 420. AKAN is up today. GLSI halted up on no news. They're presenting soon. So AKAN, GLSI, GOEV, ORMP. Actually, GLSI, I think may have had news. ORMP is the one I'm talking about. It didn't have news. SPY is trying to hold 384.3 right now. It could pull back some more and still hammer. You don't know how SPY is going to react ever. But we will be back here. We will be back here tomorrow morning, 8 a.m. Hopefully, we're right on time. And I will see you all here, hopefully, first thing in the morning. Hope you guys have a good trading day. And I'll see you then. Peace.